Thanks so much for staying. This is the AM show and it's time to talk sports. Now, yesterday, former WBO super lightweight champion Patrick Alhassan was in court to plead not guilty to charges of causing harm after beating up a fan during the super clash between Hearts and Asante Kotoko at the Accra Stadium 3 weeks ago. Now, he was granted 100,000 Ghana cedis bail, with the court presided by Evelyn Mensah ordering him to submit his passport and other traveling documents. Here's Patrick Alhassan's lawyer, Francis Kujo Arthur.
My client was charged for causing harm. You understand? Now, the element for causing harm and all the situations which will arise for a charge of causing harm to be leveled against you is different. We were expecting a different charge. So he pleaded not guilty to the charge, the particular charge, but to the charge of causing harm, yes, please. So he was granted bail to the sum of 100,000 Ghana cedis with 3 sureties. 2 of the 3 sureties must be government workers. So presently, that is what we are working on. He was also directed to come and deposit his passport and traveling documents with the court. So the final determination of the case. So we are grateful that he has bail, so he can continue with his outreach to the general public for, his conduct on the 26th of January at the Accra Sports Stadium. As a professional, I think it's proper for him to do. I was looking that he could have an assault and battery charge. Okay, then we'll deal with that accordingly. But as I've indicated, assault and battery is a different charge from causing harm. Hence, he pleaded guilty to the charge of causing harm.
So that's the lawyer of Patrick Alhassan, Francis Kujo Arthur, speaking there. We'll still have to stay with that issue. And his appearance in court comes barely a week after the Ghana Boxing Authority revoked his boxing license for 6 months. Now, renowned boxing judge Atta Edi Papo describes GBA's decision as harsh.
I've actually met Patrick Alhassan just on his way home right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of remorse on his face.
Yeah.
I spoke about 5-10 minutes with him before coming over here.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating. I'm not suggesting that what he did was right. All what I'm saying is the punishment, meted out to him is a bit too harsh.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of people out here in this country who believe boxers should not throw hands or boxers should not fight outside. That is not true. That is not the issue. The issue is boxers are human, just like you and me, and they have the right to defend themselves anytime they are attacked. On the video clip, I think I saw Patrick being provoked, and there was a scuffle. And after the scuffle, something happened. As a boxer, you should have, be disciplined a bit. You should have, restrained himself and be a little bit disciplined, not to throw hands, because boxers' hands are very little.
So Atta Edi Papo is a renowned boxing judge, and he has also shared his view on Patrick Alhassan's ban. That's the GBA's ban to Patrick Alhassan. Well, the last person to hear from this morning on this very issue is Cornell Boakye, who is Sports Writers Association of Ghana president. That's who again. He's urging the Ghana Boxing Authority to do something about the ban.
I find it such an narrowly uncanny mixture of paradox and narrative that Patrick Alhassan went to the stadium that day to go and support his brother and friend from Asante Kotoko, and was found out as Asante Kotoko, and that got him into trouble. The gentleman has shown sufficient remorse. He's shown so much humility as I listen to him. It's obvious. I do not think that I will punish to destroy. And I think the Ghana Boxing Authority did the right thing by sending the right signal that they will not countenance and tolerate the discipline on the part of professional boxers. So punishment was okay, but to suspend him for 6 months, even before coming here, I thought was a bit on the high side. I thought the public uproar probably could have influenced that heavy punishment, because Patrick is a public figure, and Kotoko has that day, they carry the weight of our football in this nation. So that particular incident received a lot of reviews. So it could have, in a way, determined the weight of the punishment. But I personally think that you do not punish to destroy. This is one of our finest boxers. Yes, we need to send the right signals out there that will not countenance and discipline, but 6 months, I think that having shown this level of remorse and humility, and apologize to the gentleman in question, and apologize to football fans, particularly Kotoko and Hearts followers, for what he did. And he has not suggested for a minute that he did the right thing. We can all lose it sometimes. I mean, anger can make you do very silly things sometimes. So I thought on that day he lost it. He apologized, showed humility, remorse, and I think the Ghana Boxing Authority would have to respond appropriately by showing that they were not out there to destroy him, but to regulate the sport by reducing this punishment. And I'm hoping that they will take this in good faith and really do the needful.
So that was Cornell Boakye. He's president of the Ghana Sports Writers Association, the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, rather. So now, away from that, Parliament is expected to ratify the decision of the Sports Ministry and to establish the National Sports Fund before the end of the year. Now, the fund is expected to reduce the financial burden on sporting federations in the country. Here is Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Perry Okujeto.
One of the major ingredients in sports management over the years has been money. Either the lack of it or the abundance of it. In Ghanaian parlance, or in Ghana, when it comes to sports, people say that when there's abundance of money, it is given to a particular federation. And that is why we have a phenomenon we call least financed sports. So the ministry has taken certain steps. We intend to establish what we call the National Sports Fund. Work is almost done on it. Hopefully, we're meeting cabinet to finalize work. We've done a lot of stakeholder interactions with other ministries, and especially the Ministry of Finance, to get clearance on most of the sources of funding. And we're hoping that this year, hopefully, this will be passed and Ghana would have what we call a National Sports Fund. What essentially that does is that for federations like rugby, you can apply to the trust for your activities. You can send your annual plan and a budget to the trust and justify why you should be supported as a federation based on the activities you have either locally or continentally or internationally. We're hoping that if we're able to do this, the issue of funding particular sports would be a thing of the past. So that on the whole, every federation will get some support in terms of how much you get for your development of talent identification, and for competitions especially.
All right, so that was Deputy Sports Minister Perry Okujeto speaking there. Now, legendary Brazil forward Pele is reluctant to leave his house because he cannot walk unaided. Now, that's according to his son. The three-time World Cup winner, widely regarded as the greatest player of all time, was taken to hospital with a urinary infection last year. Now, Pele, who is 79, has had problems with his hip for some time and now needs a frame to walk, with many of his recent public appearances in a wheelchair. Now, Pele scored a world record total of 1,281 goals in 1,363 appearances during his 21-year career, including 77 goals in 91 appearances for Brazil. His health has been a concern in recent years, and he had prostate surgery in 2015 after he was admitted to hospital for the second time in 6 months. Now, this June marks the 50th anniversary of Pele's final World Cup title won in Mexico with what many believe to be the greatest team of all time. On that note, we end sports this morning here on the AM Show. My name is Benedict Osu. Thanks so much for your company. Join us at 2 on Sports Today. That's our major sports bulletin on this platform for more sports. Until then, keep enjoying the show.